everyone. Welcome to OpenCV Weekly Webinar, episode 88. I am your co-host with the co-most, Phil Nelson, standing in for Satya Malik this week. We have three special guests as we announce the winners of OpenCV AI Competition 2022. Joining me this week is Shiki Yu. Go ahead and say hi, Shiki.
Hey, I'm Shiki from Shenzhen, China. Yeah.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
I'm the leader of OpenCV China team and also a professor from Southern University of Science and Technology in Shenzhen. And so our OpenCV China team has 5 engineers, and we are working hard on OpenCV to develop some new features. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us this week. We've also got Anna Petrovicheva. Say hello.
Hi, everyone. Happy to have you all here.
And Anna, tell the folks a little bit about yourself if they don't know who you are somehow.
Sure. I've been with OpenCV for quite some time now. I'm the CTO of OpenCV.ai, the for-profit arm of OpenCV. And my personal drive is basically to create something that people use in a large scale.
Awesome. Thank you. And also we've got Bradley Dillon from Luxanis. Bradley, say hello to the nice people out there.
Hey everybody, my name is Bradley. I'm the business lead at Luxanis, so do kind of the not cool stuff, the sales and the operations. But Luxanis is a team of 68 people, with 55 of them being engineers, and we're the provider of things like this, OakD Pro. And for those that don't know, the name Oak stands for Open AI CV Kit. So that's the naming origin story there. So excited to connect with you all today.
The mighty oak that grew from the small seed of that Kickstarter campaign a few years ago. Yeah, so thanks so much for joining us, everybody. This week we'll be doing the winners of OpenCV AI Competition 2022. Tons of awesome submissions this year, as in the past several years we've run these competitions. Congratulations, first off, to everyone that participated. Just being a part of this is kind of a big deal, and you're kind of a big deal. So thank you so much. One of the things we do every I'm going to retake that one. One of the things we do every single week here on the show is give away things to you in the audience and take your questions and give answers to them if we have those. One of the ways you can participate is by asking your question during the show, wherever you're watching, in the chat system of YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, et cetera, or using the Q&A button here at the bottom of the screen on your Zoom client. If you'd like to join us for Zoom so you can participate in the trivia later, you can do that by going to opencv.live and join us in the Zoom chat so you can win one of our 4 giveaways this week. A little bit later in the episode, I will be asking trivia questions based on OpenCV competition lore and the winners of this year. You'll be able to win 1-month subscription to CVAT, the newly relaunched computer vision annotation tool website, and tool, of course. You'll be able to win 1 license for the Model Place AI iOS framework of your choosing. You'll be able to win 1 OakD Pro, and you'll be able to win the OpenCV course of your choosing. So lots of chances to win, lots of cool stuff to give away. Stay tuned for that later in the episode. So yeah, OpenCV AI Competition 2022. We've done a few of these over the last several years. We've seen a bunch of awesome projects, such as the winner of the first one, Jagadish Mahendran, who created this awesome AI backpack. You may remember that as part of the first OpenCV AI Kit Kickstarter campaign. So, and you can find out more about those past competitions by going to opencv.org. You're just searching for OpenCV AI Competition. One of them was also called OpenCV Spatial AI Contest, I believe. So look for those as well. For this year's competition, we had an awesome slate of sponsors. A huge thanks to OpenCV China, Luxanis, Orbbec, and Khadas specifically, who gave us some additional prizes this year. So thanks so much to our sponsors. As every year, they really make this possible, and we love doing this for you. So thanks so much to our sponsors. Our panel this week, I think I already introduced everybody, but we'll go through it one more time. I am, of course, Phil Nelson, the co-host with the co-most, the segment man who is second to none, your +1 and only, hosting this week. We've also got Shiki Yu from OpenCV China, Anna Petrovicheva from OpenCV.ai, and Bradley Dillon from Luxanis. Our illustrious panel is here to talk about and watch along some of the winners we've chosen for the competition this year. We'll be taking in their videos. We'll be discussing the projects and just kind of, you know, vibing with it, having a good episode this week. This year, there were 2 tracks for OpenCV AI competition. For the first time, we had the core OpenCV track where contestants were able to sort of choose whatever problem they wanted to solve or whatever kind of project they wanted to make, and then create their solution using OpenCV or other hardware. Specifically, there were additional prizes for people that used Orbbec and Khadas cameras, such as the VM3, I believe. And the Spatial AI track was specifically for using the OpenCV AI Kit D Pro and improving the depth estimation capabilities was the focus for the Spatial AI track. So 2 tracks this year for the first time. I don't know, we may continue this style for the next one. You'll have to find out by going to opencv.org/subscribe. Make sure you're on the mailing list so you know what we do next time, and you know, can sign up early. First off, we're going to talk a little bit about the prizes for this year. The Spatial AI track prizes, where there are 3 places. First place, $5,000. Second place, $3,000. Third place, $2,000. Thanks to our sponsors once again for letting us provide those. Talk a little bit about OakD Pro here. It's the camera that the Spatial AI track is based on. This is I believe the 3rd competition we've used an OpenCV AI kit for, and they just keep getting better, folks. You can buy yours just by doing a quick Google search, get one for yourself. It's a powerful, tiny little camera that gives you a lot of AI power, 4 TOPS of processing power to be precise. You can find out more by going to Luxonis's website or just searching for OakD Pro on the old Googles. Then we also had the core track. The top 3 winners for the core track would be first place, $5,000, second place, $3,000, and third place taking home $2,000. They'll also be getting little customized certificates with their name on them for each of the team members. We've also got, to make sure that nobody is really left out because we get so many awesome submissions, we've also got a first prize winner class of the top 10%, which will receive a special customized certificate identifying them as a top 10% team. And then we've got second prize winners, which are the top 30%, and third prize, which are the top 50%. Everybody that participated and submitted a final project will get a certificate telling people that they made it. Congratulations once again to all of those teams. This year we also had the Khadas prizes. There'll be 2 of those, which is $1,480 and a special certificate for first place. And there's also a third place. Am I missing one here? I might have missed one on the slides. Sorry, folks. You'll win one of their awesome cameras and a custom certificate as well. Orbbec has 3 here. The first prize winner will win $740 and a custom certificate. Second place is $440 and a certificate, and third place is $290 and a certificate. We've also got so now I'm going to briefly have each of our panel members here just talk a little bit about what y'all think is interesting about these competitions. I know several of you have been through more than one of them with us here, and probably have some thoughts over how you've seen this evolve over the years and the quality and diversity of submissions. So let's go ahead and start with Anna. I'd love to hear what you think about having seen all of these competitions. How do you feel about how things have sort of evolved and changed with these over the years?
Sure. I mean, I'm always so inspired to be a part of this because it's so great to see how people are creative and solve very hard technical problems to actually make something better. So we have seen these solutions in in so many different industries, right? From helping visually impaired people to fighting overuse of pesticides in agriculture. So yeah, the best part for me is seeing people from all over the world wanting to make it better with technology. what I've seen the changes happening across the competition. So in the first competition compared to the second competition, for example, so people from the second competition actually got inspired by the people in the first competition and did something around maybe the same ideas, but better, and kind of went further in this technology than in the first competition.
You can see
so
the
what we see
influence
here,
is what you're saying.
yeah. So what we see is basically this advances the state of the art in some areas that were not kind of super covered by the previous state of the art. So really making an impact here, which I super like about this.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for those thoughts. Shiki, tell us about how are you feeling about this?
Yeah, actually, I reviewed all the submissions, and I'm very happy that a lot of teams, I mean, all the teams, they try their best to use technology to improve our life. And I'm also very happy to see many ideas, very good ideas, is created and to be implemented in the competition. And I think the competition can help the community to improve our life, to improve our society with technology. And so I'm very happy the ideas, the creativity works in the submission. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, you did as someone who reviewed all of the submissions last time, it is a lot of work. So thanks. Thanks for helping with that. I know it's
my pleasure to do that.
Yeah, it's based on the winners, which we know who they are because we helped pick them, but based on the winners, it was definitely worth it. It seems like the submission quality was really high this year, as we've seen in past years as well. Bradley, thoughts on OpenCV AI Competition 2022?
Yeah, I love it. It almost feels like actually somewhat like a startup incubator. I love like the entrepreneurial aspect of it, right? That there's so many of these that are starting at a problem. And actually that's my favorite part, because all the time you see these things, you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that was a problem. But then you're like, now that I understand it, that's like totally worth solving. And I think that's really exciting to see. And then stuff that's more specific to the type of work that we're doing. It's funny when you stare at the same sort of thing for a long time, and then somebody comes along and goes, oh, like we have this new novel approach. And it's kind of like, oh, duh, like, why didn't we think about that? So it's great to be able to kind of cross-pollinate those ideas. So it's actually pretty inspiring for us, internally, for thinking about things to improve. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, one of the big things I think from the OpenCV side as well is just seeing the proof is in the pudding, as it were, where we see what people build and are actually passionate about versus what they say they're passionate about and interested in. And I think that proof of people care enough to spend 4 months working on this is a really big proof of value and interest for our community, and learning. It helps us decide where to allocate our resources and how to do stuff like these competitions and going to events like Embedded Vision Summit and Augmented World Expo and things like that. So yeah, thanks everybody for your thoughts there. I think without much further ado, we will reveal the Spatial AI track grand prize winners. I'll turn over the announcement part to you, Bradley. If you want to say a little something about each one of these before we play the video, then we'll play some, check out a little bit of the video, and then talk to the rest of the panel a bit, and then move on to the other prizes. So I'm going to share my screen again. There we go. So in third place, we have.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Bradley.
Yeah, so for this one here, oh yeah, Spirits, yeah, Team Spirits. So congratulations on winning third place here. So we thought this was very cool. So there's some interesting approaches here. That's basically kind of doing a combination or a fusing of basically taking disparity and then taking depth from neural networks that are just run on the mono. And being able to merge those approaches together is actually a really, really cool novel approach to be able to see. We'd like to see maybe the performance of it to be a little bit smoother. But all in all, we were really impressed with this one. If you want to go ahead and share some of the video there, Phil.
Yeah, I'll hit play here.
So this is Team Spirit and we present Spatial AI project. Our goal is to improve the depth estimation of Orbbec Pro. So about the project, depth estimation. So this is Team Spirit and
video
to the Midas model. As you can see, this is short range passing an RGB video to the Midas model. As you can see here, this is an original RGB image. Here the Midas image is quite smooth and the objects are quite distinct from its background. This is the third part drawbacks of its estimate. Second, when
bonus
we know
points
that
for
CNN
including
and
actual
Spectre
formulas. I
model
gotta
are
say.
different. Can be used image provides a good result with both long as well as short range
Yeah, we see
accuracy.
the fused mono depth.
So let us move towards its results part. In the second image, as you can see, we have captured it in a low light area where the stereo map has provided quite an ugly result with where the objects are not clearly visible. However, the MD map obtained is quite good, and fusing the features of both has improved the depth map which is finally obtained and improved its accuracy. So this is a live video which we captured through Orbbec camera, and as you can see, the fused map provides a good result and a real-time experience.
Yeah, really impressive results there. Congratulations to the third place winners in the Spatial AI track of OpenCV AI Competition 2022, Team Spirits. Any thoughts about that from the panel here, Anna, Shiki?
Yeah, I mean, I love it, and I love to see how the spatial AI technology is actually coming into some real life products.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you, Team Spirits, and congratulations on your success.
Yeah, absolutely. Shiki, you're muted there.
Sorry. Yeah, I agree with Anna, and the project is interesting, and I think the team has worked hard on improving the quality of the depth image. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. All right. Onward. The second place winner is.
Yeah, Mysterios, and I got to say, bonus points for the clever name.
Incredible name.
Very, very clever name there. So well done there. But yeah, so this tackles some problems that humans are so used to being able to manage quite well when it comes to vision. So one of those is being able to understand like a mirror and understanding like how far the depth of the mirror is, and being able to understand the things that are reflected off of it, or what's the distance away. And then tackles another type of issue which is occlusions, right? And so like even a 1-year-old kid has this concept of like object permanence, right? Like you kind of know that you've seen something back there, it's back there. It's much more difficult to be able to get to do this from a spatial AI perspective. Mm-hmm. So there's some really like kind of novel approaches here to be able to tackle those things and be able to, so like if something behind me, like the wall, like my head was blocking it, you'd be able to kind of estimate still the depth of something behind if you had an additional angle, like say like a left-right kind of lens. And then also for mirrors, being able to understand the kind of the depth there. So really great job. One challenge with this is that the inference times are a little bit long for them to be usable for the types of applications we're typically doing. I think it may have been down to like 1 frame a second or something like that. But that's probably something that could be improved on over time. So yeah, great job here.
Yeah, and computers do tend to get faster. Let's take a look at the video here. This is a long one, so we're going to scrub through a bit. Bradley, do you remember where the best spot would be?
Yeah, 1 sec. I think I've got
see here that one of our teammates is running Midas, but
yes, you could go like 250 is a good spot.
In the model. As you could see, all steps is being given by the Midas model. So what we did was we first applied the mirror net model, which used to take the frames and generate a mask over all the mirror surfaces or the Lambert surfaces. the mask is so generated that all the mirror surfaces is in white pixels, while all the rest of the surfaces in black pixels. So what we have to do is we then inverted the model. We then inverted the colors of the mask, and then we added, or we used the add function of OpenCV along the depth map of the Midas and the mask. So the final output that we received was that in place of mirror surface or any other Lambertian surfaces, we got black pixels. So then to fill out the black pixels and to give the
And then if you want to
maximum
scrub to like
result,
eight
we then
minute 10 seconds
interpolated
in,
using the inline function or infix function.
and
This is
this
the
area
left
here kind of
image
shows the
captured from the
occlusion
OpenCV
part.
camera, and this is the right mono image. In the left image itself, the wall and the window is quite visible, but when we see the right image, the wall is completely invisible due to my head, and parts of the window is also not visible. The occlusion mask which is generated has a lot of black regions. This black region basically indicates pixels who are occluded in the original image of the which were original disparity map generation. Hence, the black parts are occluded pixels and the white regions denote the non-occluded regions. So, as you can see, the occlusion map itself is precise, but yet due to inference time and accuracy constraints, we do not use this model. Another implementation that we tried out was of the OCFD net, but alas, there was no good result through that too. Hence, finally, what we use is to optimize the IR projection system in the OCD Pro to its fullest potential in order to solve the problem of occlusion to great extents.
Cool.
So, to conclude, I would like to express my gratitude towards OpenCV for conducting this competition and allowing us to participate in it. My team and I take immense pleasure and pride in reaching this stage of the competition, and also we would like to express our gratitude once again for getting a chance on working with OCD Pro in our sophomore years. To our further work and future implementation of this project includes obviously improving the FPS for all the three methods that we propose, and also conducting an even further analysis of depth estimation and diving deep further down into this field.
Cool.
We would also like to do some project related to the real-time application of this depth estimation and our whole proposal in general.
Awesome. That was an awful sweet little outro there from Team Mysterios. Congratulations to our second place winners in the Spatial AI track. Thoughts from the panel?
Yeah, I think it's a very challenging topic, and the implementation is great. So yeah, good.
Yeah, very impressive. Anna, thoughts?
I kind of like the style of the team very much. Couldn't help but notice, and I mean, it's very high quality work. That's what I can say.
Okay. Yes. So onward to our first place winners of the Spatial AI track of OpenCV AI Competition 2022.
Yeah, so happy to share this is 996 Brothers. Congratulations on winning this year. So yeah, congrats. So what they're proposing here is basically a tiny stereo net that's able to really improve on stereo depth compared to the kind of the stereo net. And so in taking a look kind of at both the kind of the qualitative and quantitative results, they seem to be really impressive. And it looks like they're able to run at about 15 frames per second, which is great. Yeah, so Phil, if you maybe want to go to 5 minute 20 seconds in.
Okay.
And you can kind of at that point, and you can kind of get a view of some of the results.
Okay, hello everyone. Our team is 996 Brothers. Here I will introduce OpenCV. The results of the tiny stereo net are much better than tiny stereo depths. Cool. This page shows the quantitative results. It's obvious that the tiny stereo net is much better than stereo depths. And meanwhile, the uncertainty is more reasonable than stereo depths.
Yeah, those are some pretty damn good
This
results.
page shows the point cloud visualization. Tiny stereo net outputs less noise and smoother point clouds, especially low texture areas such as the wet wall. This page shows the point cloud on the wet wall scene.
Yeah, it's a tough. They picked a good hard thing to show.
This page shows a demo video. It's obvious that the tiny stereo net is significantly better than stereo depth.
Yeah, great results.
Okay, the conclusion is that we propose a lightweight stereometric network, namely tiny stereo net. We use some efficient components such as mobile one block-based backbone, efficient correlation, one-dimension cost calculation, 2D convolution-based cost gradation, and a lightweight uncertainty module. Tiny stereo net can efficiently run at a frame rate of 15 FPS on the OAKD Pro DS. We evaluated the performance of the model, which is significantly better than the results of the stereo depths.
Wow. Yeah, congratulations, team 996 Brothers, on winning first place in the Spatial AI track of OpenCV AI Competition 2022 with a really high quality looking improvement. Thoughts, Anna, Shiki, Bradley, tell us what you think about these winners. Really impressive results here.
Yeah, I think that their work is like super important because of how horizontal that is. It basically advances all the other use cases that all the other teams and all the other competitions have been working on so far. So like huge kudos to them. And I hope that it really advances, like we can see how it will be applied in real life in the next competitions that we organize.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just said what I want to say. And I think the team should be a hard-working team, because from their names, I think maybe I can introduce a little more. 996 is in China, it means work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
6 days a
6
week.
days per week. Yeah, congratulations, 996 Brothers.
Wow. Yeah, congratulations. Very impressive work. I think we'll take this time now to do one of our giveaways, so we can kind of spread them out throughout the episode. I think it makes sense to give away one OAKD Pro to the person that answers the following trivia question correctly in the Zoom chat window. If you have won an OpenCV contest trivia-wise in the last couple of months, please do not answer and give other people a chance to win. The first person to answer correctly will win one OAKD Pro. In what year was the first OpenCV Spatial AI contest? I see Bhaskar. Bhaskar is correct. The answer is 2020. 2020. Congratulations, Bhaskar. Please send one email to phil@opencv.org and we'll make sure that you get your OAKD Pro. I'm really impressed with how quickly y'all got that one. It shows you're paying attention, and I appreciate it. Congratulations. Stay tuned for later in the episode where we will be giving away a 1-month subscription to cvat.ai and a free iOS framework from modelplace.ai, as well as one OpenCV course. But before then, we're going to move on to the core track, the other part of this 2-track competition. Okay. The core track here had 3 different ways people could win. One of which was by using an Orbbec or Khadas camera, or 2 ways to win. And the other way was just by making an awesome project using OpenCV. We're going to start with first congratulating the teams in our third place winners, which are the top 50% of submissions. And then second place winners, which were the top 30%, and first place winners were the top 10%, before we get into the individual winners for Orbbec, Khadas, and then the grand prize winners. So first off, congratulations to all these successful participants. We're not going to read all of your names in the name of time, but we will leave this up here just so you know, people can see, and you can prove to them you did it. We'll also be sending out customized certificates to everybody out there. To all teams, look for an email from us that will give you a form just to fill out, make sure we have all your team member names and email addresses correctly, so they're spelled and capitalized properly on their certificates. So stay tuned for that. Congratulations to all of you successful participants. Submitting a project in here, even though it's a relatively long build process, 3-4 months, is something to really be proud of. So great job. Likewise, for our third prize winners, the top 50% of projects, you should feel very good about placing so highly in such a hotly contested contest. Congratulations to all of these teams as well. And our second prize winners, you'll notice that there's fewer because these are maybe just a slightly higher quality than the third prize. And placing in the top 30% is nothing to sneeze at. Congratulations. You'll notice, I think, some of the themes, as we've seen in previous competitions, are around accessibility and visual, like specifically people with visual impairments or physical impairments that make it you know, difficult to do things in everyday life, that these projects seek to just make it easier for folks to live, which I think is amazing. Congratulations to our first prize winners. These are just barely below the individual winners, but super high quality work here. I'd like to turn over to Shiki just to talk a little bit about these first prize, second prize, and third prize teams. Thoughts on, as someone who really did go through all these projects deeply, do you have any thoughts on these?
Yeah. I think for the projects submitted to the competition, I think I was impressed by the quality, and all of them use OpenCV to implement many interesting topics. And like on this page, they use OpenCV to recognize the ancient books. Tibetan Asian books. It's very difficult since it's not popular like English or Chinese. So it's a very helpful to discover some, to improve the efficiency on many aspects. So that's it. And also use OpenCV to make our life better, to improve our safety. Yeah, like that. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, congratulations to all of these participants. You'll be getting customized certificates. Like I said, we'll be sending out an email to make sure we have everybody's names correct and their email addresses, and we'll send off some nice printable certificates suitable for framing. Now let's move on to the outstanding Khadas Prize winners, one of our great sponsors this year, makers of really cool computer vision hardware. Would you like to do the honors, Shigi?
Yeah. Congratulations to the third place. The team name is 魏派小组. The team members are Gao Jinwei, He Haiming, and Wu Lijiang. The project is about it's like the title is a lens estimation and notifier. The team use Khadas to improve the people detection, and then they can estimate how long is the line. So I think the project is very interesting and useful. If when we do some other things, maybe not only PCR testing, and they are long line, we want to know how long is the line now. So we can put the camera there and we can notify, if you want to come here, you please check first. It will automatically estimate the length of the line. It's very useful. great.
Hey, I could see like, really popular restaurants using things like this, like the brunch
Yeah.
places here in San Francisco. You're never going to walk into the place and sit down. There's going to be at least 5 people waiting,
Yeah. I think we can suggest the restaurant to use this system.
Yeah, I agree. Congratulations, 3rd place winners, the Khadas Prize. You'll be contacting you about your prize, and we'll send an email about getting your certificates as well. 2nd place. Oh, we need to go back one.
And we have no second place.
Oh, there is no 2nd place. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because there are only 2 submissions on Khadas. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this project. Yeah.
Yeah, for the first place, I just mentioned a little bit. The team name is 高原奋斗组. The team members are Yang Xiaolong, Jiang Mingfei, Yang Liuqing, and Suolang Quzhen. The project is about to recognize the Tibetan ancient books using Khadas. Khadas is it's very similar with the Raspberry Pi. You can think, but it's with the NPU inside. And we can use OpenCV to call NPU very easily. So this project, the team used Khadas for OCR firstly, they detect the text, and secondly, they recognize the content. I mean, they are not English, not Chinese, they are Tibetan characters, and for some Asian books. So it's very useful. Yeah,
that's really cool. I love, we've had some guests on the show, OpenCV weekly webinar about using computer vision to preserve history and increase access to historical places and items and documents. And I think it's really one of the most powerful things we can do with it. So
yes.
Yeah, congratulations to this team.
I think this technology can help to digitalize all the ancient books of Tibetan books.
Yeah, and thereby making them much more accessible to everyone. It's great. Okay, we'll do a quick stop screen share. Thoughts overall about the Khadas winners, Bradley?
Yeah, I think those are both great. I mean, they have a bunch of like real world applications that goes multiple ways for sure. I think in particular on the line counting, we actually get some kind of similar use cases like that quite a bit that come up. And then I think that also the OCR case was very neat as well. So yeah, very very impressive from both sides.
Anna, thoughts?
Yeah, I super I love the idea for the first place about reading the old Tibetan books. I was also always wondering how people would digitalize the huge libraries out there. They're kind of paper books. They have to be preserved and stored, even though I mean they are old. So appreciation, a lot of appreciation from me here for trying to preserve something that is very very sacred and very very old too. In general, yeah, I mean, this gives me kind of chills to think that there are kind of small teams of very dedicated people that are working very hard to basically make this possible, right? Because even though we only see kind of a short video here, it's actually a lot of work that comes there. There were errors, there were kind of successes, and it's great to think about this like that.
Agreed. Final thoughts on these winners, Shiki?
I'm impressed by them, and they also take the full advantage of Khadas hardware. They use NPU inside to accelerate the deep learning algorithms. So it's great. I think in the future, more and more algorithms will be put into some very, very tiny, low-cost embedded systems. I think it's a trend. Even the Oka camera, there's NPU inside.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we're seeing more of these edge devices that have compute, powerful compute and really specified hardware, which is really exciting. Before we move on to the Orbbec Prize winners, let's do one more giveaway here. We're going to stick with the theme. Here we'll be giving away the OpenCV course of the winner's choosing. So the first person to answer this trivia question correctly will win the OpenCV course of their choosing. You can see what courses are available by going to opencv.org/courses. If you have won in the last few months, please do not answer. Give others a chance to win. Who was the winner of the first Spatial AI competition? Full name. Full name in the chat. Oh, we got a quick one there. There's a free winner out there. The Scar can't win twice. I guess we're gonna have a double winner here. Timing it out in 30 seconds. Eggfish. You guys are all really close. The spelling is slightly off. I'm gonna have to be a stickler about the spelling. All right, we got one. Congratulations, Mahmood. Please send, the answer was Jagadish Mahendran, the winner of OpenCV Spatial AI contest, who created the Assistive AI Backpack project, which was covered in, I believe, the Washington Post and CNET. It had a pretty decent reach for a competition project. Mahmood, please send one email to phil@opencv.org with the course you would like, and we'll make sure that you get your free course. Now let's move on to the Orbbec Prize winners. Okay. Shiki, would you like to talk a little bit about Orbbec before we get started on this?
Yeah, Orbbec is Orbbec is a very new company in Shenzhen, very close to me, and we have a very good relationship with them. Orbbec is also one of the OpenCV development partners, and they support OpenCV a lot. Orbbec produced many depth sensors, many kinds, and currently they have some new sensors like TOF sensors and like that. And I would like to introduce some new features of Orbbec cameras. I would like their new sensors use the UVC protocol. So that means you do not need to install some library or some drivers. You just plug their depth sensor into your laptop or even some other devices, and OpenCV can get the RGB image and also depth image automatically, just very easy. So that's it.
Awesome. Yes, thank you. Let us get on to the announcements. First up, third place. Go ahead.
Yeah, the third place is a 3D vision robot arm intelligent object sorting. The team is Polaris, and the team members are Yang Zhenjun, Chen Lin, Bi Xinfang, Dai Anle. I can introduce the project a little bit. They use Orbbec cameras to know the Orbbec camera to know the object, because the depth sensor can detect the object and know the position and the distance of the object from the camera, and so they can use some arm to take them. And it's very interesting, and also take the advantage and use all the features of Orbbec cameras. So it's a very good project.
Very cool. Thoughts from other folks on the panel here?
Yeah, I can jump in and say, yeah, I think this is great. Obviously, there's, for example, like just at Amazon alone, there's hundreds of thousands of people doing, the pick and place and object sorting, and so this is a really exciting space of an area where we can really like augment humans to be able to help with this sort of task. So yeah, well done.
Yeah, very cool. Anna, thoughts?
I mean, one of the things that I think about often is why robotics is not, that much kind of it didn't take over so many areas of mundane human work as I thought it would by 2023. So whatever we can do to advance it is perfect, and we should be focusing on that. This work is exactly in this direction, which I love. So kudos to the team.
I think that you both talked a little bit about augmenting human powers, and I think that's another one of the great things we have available to us now that just a few years ago would have been, you know, a skunkworks project at Google or something, instead of just some team building it, you know, 4 people being able to build it for this competition, which is tremendous. Congrats, team. Let's find out who won second place.
Yeah, the second place, the title of the project is Intelligent Interactive Portrait Acquisition System. The team name is ASIR Electrical Detachment. The members are 香方波章、小登记 and 万峰鼎。The project is I mean, we also need to take some photos and some portrait photos. So this system tried to make some very professional portrait for like our passport, our ID card, or our driver license. They can use the depth sensor to segment our body from the background. Then it can change the background and so make the portrait photo to be professional. It's a good I mean, application for the depth camera. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, my brother Charles does a lot of photo booth installations for events and things like that. This could be kind of interesting. He just got one of those that like rotates the camera. You stand on a little pedestal and it rotates the camera around you. That would be really cool if we had some depth on there. If you could just basically make instant nerfs of people, share the full 3D geometry of the scene, you know, instead of just a 2D image. That'd be really neat. Thoughts from the rest of the panel here?
Yeah, I'll agree with your comment, Phil. We've actually talked to quite a few of the photo booth companies. They're trying to do a lot of stuff that's cooler there, and yeah, I think this is really neat. It is also shocking that so many people go into a place to actually get a passport photo still, for example, which is totally unnecessary. So this is great.
Thoughts?
I mean, I just want to totally agree. That's weird that people still have to do that, and instead of, you know, being able to take it at the comfort of their homes, or, you know, with the camera that they own, something like that. So
especially
I totally agree here.
Phone cameras are usually better quality than the cameras they have at these government buildings now.
Yep. So one other thing that strikes me here is, so we have seen an incredible development of the technologies of background subtraction due to start of the COVID, right? It was not out there yet before that. So right now you can, you know, replace your background and replace it with something nicer and do everything. However, it's still not perfect, and it's visible to your eye when someone is actually using it and kind of, you know, faking it. So whatever we again can do to help people, you know, work comfortably from wherever they want is very useful here.
Yeah, agree. Congratulations, team, on winning second place here. Now we move on to the first place winner of the Orbbec prizes.
Yeah. The first place winner is team ASIR Integration Detachment. I think they should be from the same affiliation from the third place team.
It would be a big coincidence if not.
Yeah, but the team members are different. They are 超顾好莲、百余株 and 袁浩马。The project is the intelligent sorting and testing robot system, and they also use depth cameras to recognize objects and using the robotic arms to take the object and place it to some other way, and for sorting, for testing. I would like to say that this topic is very useful, especially in China. As I know, many firms they are trying to use robots' arms to replace human for some work, which is boring and heavy, and also the human cost is increasing sharply in China. So as I know, many firms, they try or they have used this kind of system for their products. So it's I think it's a trend, and in the future, many heavy and boring work should be done by robots. So, and I encourage the team continue to work on this topic. Yeah, great.
Congratulations to our first place winners of the Orbbec Prize in OpenCV AI Competition 2022. Thoughts from the panel about our Khadas and Orbbec winners before we move on to the main event, as it were, the core track grand prize winners. We'll go ahead and start with Anna.
Yeah, very good to see something very, very useful and horizontal about robotics happening here. Because again, like if you asked me 10 years ago where we would be today in terms of robotics, I would say that robots would be like everywhere, right? Really kind of appearing in our everyday lives, not only in, you know, some big car manufacturing sites. So whatever we can do to advance that is perfect, and we should be focusing on that, which actually is like the biggest impact into the world in the future, which that I can imagine for us as computer vision scientists.
Yeah, and to build on that, a few years back, I had the opportunity to work at a fulfillment center for 2 days, and I did pick and place for a few hours. I was so proud of myself. I was like, I just did so great at this, et cetera, et cetera. And then the people said, yeah, if you worked here, you had already been fired because you're way too slow and you made way too many mistakes. And it's like, wow, that's just tough, right? And so these places that have ever increasing quotas, it makes it so like a robot doesn't get tired. A robot, their mistake rate actually improves over time rather than getting worse. And so, yeah, I'd be really excited to see more of them deployed.
Turns out there's no such thing as unskilled labor. It's just the truth, folks. Yes, congratulations to those teams. Yeah, this is sort of a trend. We see a lot of these sort of sorting, picking and placing robots recently, and I think it's because of the increased availability of these almost commodity, AI-enabled edge cameras, and there's some relatively affordable robot arms out there these days. That was not the case 5 years ago, and so it's something that we've seen in these competitions quite a few times. We're going to do our third of 4 giveaways right now for a free. For a promo code to get yourself a free iOS framework from the AI Model Marketplace at modelplace.ai. Anna, would you like to set this up a little bit? Tell folks what the deal is.
Sure. So you can check out the link that I just sent to the chat to see the models and the applications that we have there. So the idea was basically to allow people to build iOS products without having to, dive very deep into all the areas that we covered there, including how to optimize a model for iOS, how to build some basic functionality for the iOS app. So we want to have you guys do something like be creative without having to spend a lot of time before you can actually go out in the world and validate your hypothesis with the real people. So good luck.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it really takes a lot of the legwork out of implementing an idea when there's already a solution that works really well. And that's what these mobile frameworks from ModelPlace are. So as with the previous trivias, answer in the Zoom chat. If you have won today, don't answer. And if you've won in the last 2 months, do not answer. Give someone else a chance to win. Our last competition used a specific brand of toy blocks for teams to build with. What were those blocks? There we go. We got Martin Niehoff. That was the answer. It was Lego bricks. They were Lego bricks. Congratulations, Martin. Please send one email to Phil. at opencv.org, and we'll make sure that you get your iOS framework from a model place of your choosing there. Yeah, so let's move on to the OpenCV AI Competition 2022 Core Track winners. Yes, so this is the big one here. Before we announce, just talk a little bit about the timeline of this. We started back on August 22nd, 2022 with applications. The registration deadline was October 31, and teams submitted on December 18. They were eligible to win the OpenCV Core Prize, as well as if they used an Orbbec or Khadas. These were all in play. There were, I believe, Shiki, do you remember how many total submissions there were this year?
The total submission for the core track is 40. I mean, it's a successful submission.
Yeah.
It's 45.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 45, and we have more than 100 teams. I think it should be 160 teams registered, and some teams cannot submit a complete project. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, and it's like we said earlier in the episode, it is quite an achievement even just to submit something that works in these competitions. Most teams do not. Over, like you said, 130 teams participated for this, only 45 submitted. So congratulations to everyone that submitted, and better luck next time to the teams that did not submit. We hope you join us again. So let's start. The outstanding winner, third place, a virtual point-to-read learning system. Shiki, would you like to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, I love the topic. I also love the work in this submission. It's a virtual point-to-read. It's we can just mount a camera ahead here, and then use your finger to point to the contents on some books, on something, even some object, some apple or orange. Then the system will tell you. I think it's very useful, especially for kids. Maybe if this team develop a system, or maybe an app, or maybe a device, I can buy one for my children.
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a look at this video here.
Yeah. Oh, it's in Chinese.
Very, very high quality visuals. I'm impressed.
The background. Many parents can have no time to help their children to teach their children. This is the background.
I see. I love this video.
接下来看看它是怎么样实现的吧。使用 OpenCV 进行图像处理，其中谷歌点检测使用 MediaPipe， 语音合成使用 Pixex， 物体检测使用 YOLO。如果孩子遇到想要读的绘本，只需要双手指尖选中，系统会自动识别并发音。
自行车 bicycle。
Chinese English name of the
Yeah.
也可以使用单个手指画出识别区域。
自行车 bicycle。
That is very
使用
cool.
Python Oker 可以识别书中文字。
人生的智慧。
OCR.
狗 dog。又是新的一天，
Oh, that's
初升的
awesome
阳
with
光
the two
照射到
corners
小
there.
狗
That's
的
really
脸上，
clever.
小狗感受到了脸上的温暖，睁开眼睛，它伸了伸
The
前
system
腰，
can
从
also
小
read
巷
the
中走
content.
出。
也可以
Yeah.
同时识别并读取图片和文字。
狗 dog 又是新的一天，初升的阳光照射到小狗的脸上，小狗感受到了脸上的温暖，睁开了眼睛，它伸了伸前腰，
I
从
think
小巷中走出。
it's also helpful for some blind people.
If the people are partially sighted, yeah, for sure. I mean, they may be able to see that there's text there, but not be able to, or folks that have severe dyslexia,
现
things
代
like
城
this.
市
Yeah.
公共汽车的底盘一般都是根据客车的要求专门设计和制造而成。
当孩子遇到不会的数学题，也可以通过手指框选得到算术结果。
3+3等于6。 8减5等于3。
Yeah, the being able to draw with your finger around stuff is really a really neat concept. And also very important for accessibility because not everybody will have 2 hands.
一个穿着运动服的男人在运动场上踢足球。
From
镜里有一个
image
穿
to
着黑
text,
色外套的男人坐在
it
椅
will
子上。
generate a description of the text.
一个戴着帽子的人
Very
在
cool.
草地上打高尔夫。一个穿着短袖上衣的男人坐在运动场上。一个人的前面有一个穿着红色上衣的女人在运动场上打乒乓球。
孩子也可以用手画图识字。
一个穿着白色上衣的女人坐在房间里的椅子上。
甚
So
至
it's
可以
actually
识别
doing
食
descriptive
物，教你孩子
of the
读英文。
photo.
苹果 Apple。
Very
Oh,
cool.
English teaching.
Very cool. We'll do a quick, yeah. So thoughts from the panel. Anna, what do you think?
Perfect. Like, great video first. Like, kudos for that. It really, really impresses a lot. So I think it can actually be a startup. I think the team needs to just, polish just a bit the way kind of the user interface work to actually engage kids into the learning process. But the tech behind that is actually ready, right? So they need to figure out the product part. And this is it, right?
Yeah.
I love the demo.
Yeah, really, really high quality video here. Bradley, thoughts?
Yeah, I love it too. I agree. I think it's a product that could get funded. And education is one of these spaces where it's just shocking. We get less and less efficient at it every year. It just costs more and more money to get the same education outcomes. And you take an example, like during COVID, we had like the biggest drop in educational outcomes, and that just shouldn't have happened, right? And so just technology has just been so underdeployed, and this is just a perfect way to make it so much more than just somebody that's young, just to ask Alexa questions. You layer on some chat GPT to this, and you're like, oh my gosh, who needs teachers anymore?
Yeah, we'll have, a lot of classic children's book characters like Mary Poppins would be totally out of work with this. Just what are you going to do? Congratulations to our 3rd place winners for their virtual point-to-read learning system. That's Team Demacia, I believe. Let's see who won 2nd place. Our 2nd place winner is Red Dot Scanner, a laser-based optical 3D scanner by Team Devitech. Shiki, would like to talk about this?
Yeah, I think this project is about to use camera to scan the space, and then it can generate the 3D space, and you can use maybe some 3D printer to print some object and perfectly fit the object into that space. So it's really helpful. I think it can also be a product for a startup company.
Let's take a look at the video.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Victor, and this is a demo of my application for the OpenCV AI Competition 2022. The problem that I have is that the floor in my flat is not totally horizontal near the walls, and I want to place a bookshelf there.
Well,
Previously, I installed adjustable legs on another cabinet. However, on a particular bookshelf, it wouldn't be that easy because it stands on the side panels. So my solution is to build a 3D scanner to scan the floor and then 3D print perfectly fitting parts to level the bookshelf. I have attached a laser module to a pen-tilt device I built from Lego, which I can control from my application. The idea is that my software will sweep the area with the laser and calculate the 3D position of the laser dot by triangulation. And I'm using 2 PlayStation 3i cameras to track the laser.
I love the
Before I can scan the floor, I need to calibrate the
genius.
cameras. The first step is intrinsic calibration. I place the cameras on a desk for easier access. The aim of this calibration is to find out the internal camera parameters like the focal length and distortion. I'm using the built-in OpenCV method, where a checkerboard pattern is shown from different views, and after I have enough...
Let's skip ahead a bit here. Cool.
Now that I have these points, I can start the bundle adjustment. It minimizes the triangulation error, or to be precise, the reprojection error of these points by slightly adjusting the position and orientation of the cameras, and as you can see, it improved the error. So now I'm able to scan accurately, however the horizontal plane is slightly off compared to the real one. Remember that during extrinsic calibration I assume that all 4 points lie on the same plane. I have 3D printed this leveler, which has adjustable legs that I can change until the bubble levelers show that it is horizontal.
Cool.
The other cool thing is that there are LEDs that could be controlled by my application over Wi-Fi. I'm using an ESP8266 microcontroller based board for this.
Victor is really dedicated to things being level.
I have placed the leveler on the floor and adjusted the legs to make it horizontal. Now, in the application I can hit leveling, which turns on each LED and captures their 3D position. And after the scanning is done, I can export it to a wavefront object file, which I could import, for example, to Fusion 360. I'm cleaning it up before 3D printing it because the area that I scanned is a bit larger than what I need, so I need to cut these parts off.
Nice 3D print. All right, where's the payoff?
It looks pretty good. And now the moment of truth.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty good, better than I expected. It's not a perfect fit, so for the real bookshelf, I'm thinking about placing a thin layer of rubber under it to compensate for the small imperfections. Alright, out of curiosity I tried scanning some other objects. First a pillow, which looks pretty good. Then I scanned a part of a vase. It was a bit tedious because I had to make sure that the laser is always visible from both cameras, that's why it's just a small portion of it. It would be cool to scan objects with higher resolution, but it is limited by the current Lego-based Pentil device and its control, because as of now it is hard to adjust the rotation precisely by small amounts. But that's...
All right, congratulations, Victor. Second place winner of $3,000 with this red dot scanner project. A big fan of trying to make things level. Thoughts from the panel? Bradley, what do you think?
Yeah,
I love it. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. And I have another suggestion. Maybe this technology can be used not only at home, maybe for do something big, like the idea into my brain is like in China, we have many huge basic infrastructure, like some bridges. Around my city, there are many huge bridge. Maybe they are longer, more than 10 kilometers or like that. So we need to know the health condition of the bridge. If the shape, I don't know, I'm not an expert on that, but maybe they need to know the health condition. Maybe they can use this current technology to model the bridge accurately. If the shape is perfect, maybe several years later, the bridge maybe shift a little bit, or you can find and
monitor for defects in this infrastructure.
So, and also some railway or some very huge building. So
yeah,
that's my suggestion.
Yeah, I think defect detection, we saw in previous competitions people using it for like locomotives, checking the brakes and things like that for wear over time was pretty cool. It's a very similar project here. Thoughts, Bradley?
Yeah, this is my personal favorite, just because I love the determination across so many different disciplines to actually create the mechanical laser devices, and then to 3D print like a level that we just could actually get to remotely control, to then actually do the scan and then create the device. I just thought the ingenuity was just remarkable. So it was great.
Yeah. Congrats. Anna, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the engineering here is just some incredible level, right? I totally agree. Different very modern areas, right? And the author was very determined to make it work. And there was this, magic feeling when it did, which I love about the projects. It's like, this spark that actually makes me want to go out there and actually do something that, works, and you feel that too. So yeah, I love it. But I also feel like I want to second Chichi. I think that the technology, like the potential for this technology is untapped, even though it's like very cool to make some to 3D print level for the bookshelf. I think this technology is actually very needed in some dangerous places too. So for example, to scan some electrical lines where it's very dangerous for people to do that, or do some other stuff. So I would think very hard about how to apply it to other use cases, and I'm sure there are many.
Yeah, definitely. Or hopefully this leads to bigger and better things for our second place winner. Congratulations, Victor. We'll be in touch about your prize and certificate. Let's go to the big reveal of the first place winner. Yeah. Of OpenCV AI Competition 2022. Drum roll, please. It is aquatic recycling via autonomous duckweed collection in Lake Titicaca by Team Recycling Rush. Chichi, like to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, I love this project very much because the project integrated computer vision and also robots together. It's an autonomous boat. It can collect some duckweed. No duckweed. Some maybe here is some leaves. I also found in my life some workers, they use boats on some lakes to collect some not only some plants, but also maybe some rubbish, some plastic bottles, and it's hard working. It's also danger, and I think this project help to make this work is more efficient and safer. So it's a great work.
Let's check out the video of this first place winner. Some real nice B-roll in this one. Nice, so we got some simulator here, maybe in Unity or something. Very cool. Wow, yeah, interesting. They had to just kind of build this whole thing soup to nuts to get autonomous driving from the little floating vehicle. Solo V5. Seen a lot of YOLO variants in the winners this year. Very, very professional, high quality video there from Team Recycling Rush. Congratulations to our first place winners of $5,000. Thoughts from the panel here. Have at it.
So here we have a lake vacuum cleaner. And
Exactly.
here I think that that the team was able to nail down a very hard technical problem, both in terms of computer vision and, you know, all the other things that they had to do in terms of engineering, because I think it's very hard to build a robot that would be, you know, very reliable in water conditions. So they nailed down the engineering part, but I think they also nailed down the use case part. So I think it's, you know, it's a good startup as it is right now. It solves a problem that is important, and it's clear how to apply it. So kudos to the guys, and I hope that it doesn't stop there. I hope it's the start of the story of some company.
Yeah, they really seem to do a great job of like scoping the things they were trying to solve and just really doing a great job at it. Thoughts, Bradley?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see like dual demand for it, both from people with private property that want to be able to make an improvement for, you know, the lakes and ponds that they have, but then also for the government, in terms of the, you know, like kind of government managed, you know, lakes and ponds that they care about from an environmental perspective. To me, I actually kind of think of it like autonomous lawn mowing, where you still want to have like an environmental crew that's showing up somewhere to do things, but rather than having to do all the effort of actually just do that cleanup, you can set the device off, and then you can go do higher value activities. Like maybe I need to test something, you know, figure out some other, you know, things, ways to improve the water quality and stuff like that. So definitely see it as a way to be able to augment crews to do things a lot more efficiently, which is great.
Yeah, Chichi, thoughts?
Yeah, I think if the autonomous boat is produced, I think many companies or maybe some local government in China, they will buy that boat, because currently I often found some workers, they stand on some boats to collect the plants on the surface frequently. So I can find in China often when I drive out. So I think it's very useful. Yeah, I hope them to finish the project and design their own products and so.
Yeah, congratulations to our grand prize winners. What an awesome project. We talk about this a lot, that, you know, using AI and computer vision for capital G good. And I think that project is a great example of that. Thanks so much to our guests this week. We're going to give some thanks here before we say goodbye. We went pretty far over this week, but we just had a lot to talk about, folks. A huge thanks to Joey Malik, Satya, Carolina at Luxanis, the OpenCV courses and the support team, our sponsors, of course, Orbbec, Khadas, and of course the team. Chichi, you want to personally thank some folks here?
Yeah. We have some project inspectors. They help to evaluate all the submissions. They are Gary Brusky, and the second one is me, and Jia, and Wang Xing, Zhou Cong, and Jia Qi, and Wang Zhangyang, Professor Wang, Jagdish Mahandari. I think this guy is the winner
of the first one, yeah.
Previous competition, yeah. Vikas Ramachandra and Vikas Gupta. Yeah, and thank them.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, we couldn't. These competitions are a big group effort, and every part of the group is super important. So thanks so much to all of those people mentioned and all of the participating teams. Before we let you go, I'll just do one quick little walk down memory lane for the first episode of OpenCV weekly webinar. 3/25/2021 was the first episode. I believe Anna was on this episode, if memory serves. You can watch it by scanning the QR code there, or don't, you know, but just the good old-fashioned stuff. So thanks for joining us for all of these 88 episodes now. We wouldn't be doing these shows if you all were not out there watching them. Please send your feedback to phil@opencv.org. Subscribe to the OpenCV newsletter in order to be notified as soon as we do the next competitions. I've got one more giveaway for all of you who stuck around. We're going to give away a 1-month subscription to CVAT, the newly relaunched CVAT.ai. Answer in the Zoom chat the following trivia question. If you have one recently, do not answer. Give other people a chance to win. What does CVAT stand for? What does the acronym CVAT stand for? Yeah, I got him here. There we go. Partha the shark. Partha the trivia shark just swoops right in there. Y'all gave Partha too much time. Congratulations, Partha. The answer is computer vision annotation tool. Please send one email to phil@opencv.org, Partha, and we will get you your CVAT 1-month free CVAT subscription. You can check that out at cvat.ai. That's about does it for this week. We will be back next week, Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, same bat channel, with Catherine Scott, the developer advocate at Open Robotics. We'll be talking about last year's ROSCON and the cool stuff that came out of there. Please join us. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much to our panel. This was a really fun one. We'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves out there. Take care of somebody else if you can. Adios.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the webinar. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to tap the little bell icon to be notified when new episodes drop. This week's episode was brought to you by OpenCV Courses. Learn computer vision and AI from the best at opencv.org/courses. If you'd like to be in the audience next week, subscribe to the OpenCV newsletter.